I'm Ray McGovern. I'm a member of Veteran Intelligence Professionals for Sanity. I worked for 27 years as an analyst with the CIA. I also was Verbundungsmann for the BND back in the 70s. I want to talk today about two very important anniversaries. Today is Mother's Day here in the United States. And it's a special time because we remember our Bürgerkrieg, our civil war, which took incredible tolls, millions of people killed. And there was a very gutsy, a very courageous woman named Julia Howe, who composed a statement after the Civil War. And this is what she said very, very briefly, a couple of sentences. "Arise, all you women who have hearts, whether your baptism be one of water or of tears. Say firmly, we will not have great questions decided by irrelevant agencies. Our husbands shall not come to us reeking with carnage for caresses and applause. Our children, our sons shall not be taken from us to unlearn all we have been able to teach them of mercy and of patience and of love." Now, why do I mention that? I mention that because Frau Merkel is one of those women who has some sense of the suffering of women. Not only that, but she is in Moscow today to celebrate the end of the war in Europe. Now, in my view, she should have been there yesterday for the big parade and the major celebrations on the actual anniversary, but she felt she had to ask Obama whether it was okay that she go when he wasn't going, and that for me is sort of embarrassing. In any case, give her credit. I respect her decision to be there today, a day late, but it's significant. Now, why do I say that? I say that because Frau Merkel and her government need to make a decision, and that is whether they are going to allow German territory, namely the US bases in Ramstein, to be the Stützpunkt, to be the main base to run the drone war against whoever, against very many countries, the illegal drone war. Now, there is a kind of a treaty between the US and treaty that allows the Americans to use Ramstein for anything. Does Frau Merkel, does the German government really want that, given what we've observed about Obama and his willingness to defer to generals like not Strangelove, but Breedlove, the NATO commander, and others? I don't think so. And so I'm very encouraged by the ability of the German public, taking a leaf from Die Weiße Rose, the White Rose, the young students in Munich who did stand up against oppression, taking a leaf from them in opposing the use of Ramstein willy-nilly to wage war, not only against terrorists, but against all the people who are next to terrorists, all the people who come to bury the terrorists. It's eine Schande, and it should end. It's a what Schande? It's an embarrassment. It's a crime, and it should end. Close Ramstein now. Let me just say, I've been asked many times why someone from the CIA should, so to speak, turn state's evidence and criticize the CIA. Well, the short answer is there are two CIAs. Two, okay? One, the one that Truman intended, the analysis unit, and the other, something that was grafted on the operatives, the ones that overthrow, well, we don't say overthrow governments anymore, the ones that do regime change, the ones that do torture, kidnapping, black prisons. They were divorced from the work I did. I had nothing to do with them. I couldn't go to that part of the building. There was a turnstile. I couldn't get into the operations part of our building, and I'm happy. I'm happy that I didn't know any more than what the New York Times told me about the nefarious deeds, the overthrowing of governments, the torture, and so forth. And so for me, when I saw the analysis function of our agency being corrupted, just as the operations was, in other words, when I saw my former colleagues, the analysts, being corrupted into manufacturing intelligence, please do not misunderstand. The intelligence before Iraq was not mistaken, it was fraud, okay? To see my friends participate in this fraud was beyond my ken. So a small group of friends of mine and I joined together in Veteran Intelligence Professionals for Sanity to have an alumni club to try to hold our former colleagues to account as we saw them manufacturing intelligence to deceive our Congress out of its constitutional prerogative to declare or otherwise authorize war. It doesn't get any worse than that. That's why I turned state's evidence.